So last year for my 18th birthday, I told my parents that I wanted to go to a racetrack. Originally, I wanted to do one of the experiences where you got to drive a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, but they cost like $500 for a 10 to 20 minutes of driving, which is about 5 laps, I believe. It was ridiculously expensive for 20 to 30 minutes of an experience, so I decided to just bring my own car to the racetrack nearest to me for about $100 for a day ticket and just have fun with the car that I own. Now, the reason this wasn't my first choice is because my car is really crappy. Now, obviously, I'm thankful for having a car in general, but it's not a track car. It was my dad's old car, and he gave it to me after buying a new one so I could use it as a daily. The car I had was a 2015 Hyundai Elantra Limited. I knew this car wasn't going to do well on the track. I just kind of wanted to have fun and didn't really care because we were selling the car soon anyways because I'm going to college far away and I wouldn't need it. So I got my car inspected at a local auto shop that does track days and they filled out a form for my paperwork, said the car was all good and ready to go, and I just recently got new brake pads because the old ones were worn out. One day I was driving home and I hit the brakes and it took way longer to stop than it should. So I realized that I needed to check the brake pads, and when I looked, they were completely cooked. I haven't gotten them changed in a very long time, so it makes sense, so I obviously just bought new ones. Then the day came where I went to the racetrack, and it was like 9 in the morning, and I think it was an hour and a half drive. So when I got there, I saw the most crazy cars like Porsche GT3 RSs, Mercedes, BMW M4 Comps, and a bunch of other sports cars. I kind of felt like I wasn't really supposed to be there because I'm in a beater car worth like $2,000 max, while these cars are over 100K right in front of me. Later on, there was about one or two other cars that are very similar to mine by not being sports cars and being basically beater cars that people just wanted to have fun with. So I didn't feel too bad. Once the event started, they told us about all of the flags and how everything worked. And most of the people there, it was their first time on the track, which made me feel a lot better because even though they had crazy cars, they weren't used to tracking them. So none of us really had insane amount of experience, but I did have a little bit of experience from sim racing at home. I know it's not the same, but I've done it for years and I've been like drifting on it, so it kind of helped me a little to understand the like limits of a car. Also, the game that I was using my simulator on, it had the same racetrack that I took my car to, so I was able to practice online using my sim before actually going on the track, so I got to kind of understand the layout a little better. So that was pretty cool. Eventually, we all lined up and we were about to go on the track one by one. Once we got onto the track, everyone starts to go a little bit faster, following people. Someone's leading the lap. Some people are getting passed because they're slow. Now, obviously, you can't just pass them since this isn't a like race. Like, it's not an actual race. It's just a I'd say a beginner lesson kind of thing. So you have to like put your hand out and signal for someone to pass you. You're not allowed to just pass without them doing that because it's dangerous and we don't have that much experience. I'm assuming that since a lot of people were new, they were just babying their car because a lot of people weren't going as fast as they definitely could have and pushed their car to where they definitely could have, which makes sense because it's an expensive car and you probably don't want to wreck it if you're not used to tracking it. But later on, everyone started to get more comfortable and got faster. I did too, as well. Even though my car is not gonna go much faster, I started taking corners a little more aggressively. It was pretty cool because I was actually keeping up with a lot of these cars, and they were like insane horsepower cars being much faster and cooler than mine. Eventually, I think I led a lap, and I don't think I got passed for a lap or two because I was keeping the speed up so well that I don't think people really needed to pass me. But after about the second lap or two, everyone gets out of their cars, we're taking a break, and some people came over to me and asked if it was my first time, and I told them yeah. And they were like, wow, you're really good. And that's pretty cool to hear from people driving like Porsches and Corvettes that are definitely faster than me. And I'm assuming they probably saw the car I was in and that it wasn't an actual track car, and I was keeping up with them. So they were like, wow, if this guy can keep up with us in a beater car, imagine if he was in a GT3 RS, he'd probably be flying past us. I did actually manage to pass some of the like cooler cars. I think I passed a BMW once. Obviously, I wouldn't pass them if they were actually good at tracking. They were just babying them, so they were going a little slower where my car could keep up to it, so I was allowed to pass them. One of the laps I was doing, there was an instructor in my passenger seat, basically just instructing me and kind of guiding me to show me around the track, helping you out and understanding the layout. And during the lap, he didn't have too much to say to me. We kind of just chatted a little, and I was doing pretty well. He gave me a few pointers, like not to like go left and right on the wheel because I was moving the wheel a little too much. I think I was just trying to make sure that I didn't understeer, and if I did, I could feel it, but that's a bad excuse. It's whatever. Later on, we were all driving by ourselves, and I decided to push my car a little faster than I should have. I know the limits of my car, and I thought it might be able to handle a little more speed before a turn. So while everyone else is behind me, I pushed my car to about 70 or 80 miles an hour, and then I hit my brakes right before turning. And I was going a little bit too fast because when I went off the brakes and turned, I understeered, which basically means when I turned the wheel, the tires and the car didn't actually turn, and I turned the wheel left, car goes straight, car no turn, basically. So as I continue going straight because my car understeered, there is a wall directly in front of me. So I realized that if I didn't do something fast, I was going to smack headfirst into this wall and crash at about 80 miles an hour. Last second, I don't remember exactly what I did because I was so nervous. I think I hit the brakes again and then hit the gas, and I think traction came back or something last second because I got grip and I was able to turn it left just enough to avoid the wall, which was pretty cool because I almost shit my pants. I was so scared. But then I just kind of continued racing, and after that, I went up to my dad. He was recording the whole thing, and he showed me the video. He said, "Holy shit, I thought you were going to crash into that wall," but I did save it, so that was, thank God that I saved that. This isn't even the first time I've come close to crashing. Although I've never actually crashed the car, I have allegedly done some not so safe things with the car. Now, obviously, I'm not doing stupid things when other people are around because I don't want to endanger anybody else. But endangering me, that's fine. If I'm alone and the only person I can hurt is myself, I want to say my top speed is around 130, 140 miles per hour. And for legal reasons, of course, I have to say on the track, I've only done those crazy speeds on the track. So since my car was forward wheel drive, sadly I couldn't drift it other than pulling the handbrake and power sliding the car. I was never able to truly drift it because I didn't have a rear wheel drive car, but I still had fun with it. Another thing is that I've only ever been pulled over once, and I think this was a month or two after I got my license when I was 16, and I got a verbal warning for speeding. I definitely did not learn my lesson, not saying that's a good thing, but it's the truth. I haven't been pulled over since. It's been about 3 years, so I guess I'm just really, really lucky because I definitely should have been pulled over by now. And recently, my grandparents gave me a radar detector that they had, and it's about 10 years old, but it's still pretty cool because when they bought it, it was $500, and it's an ESCAR radar detector. Those are really good and really expensive. It's just funny to think that my grandpa was probably doing the same thing as me, doing crazy speeds, and since he had one of these. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it with my experience with racing a car and stuff. So yeah, that's it. See ya.